A very good evening and welcome back to Havana Media. My name is Boniface Owino, and as usual, I'm going to be your host for today. Now, I want us to summarize by talking about this issue of, a lot of people have been talking about it, and I want to look at it in a different angle right now. Like, we all know what happened during Linturi's time, that is the former CS of Agriculture. His case was taken, his impeachment motion was taken to Parliament and was discussed by members of Parliament. But the same members of Parliament failed to impeach Linturi. And we know very well that what Linturi did was very much open. He was selling people fake fertilizers, something that was really going to affect Kenyans, was going to affect people, the farmers. But nobody bothered about it. And then at the end of the day, we came to realize that these MPs protected Linturi. Now, I want us to look at it now in this case of Gachagua. Are these not the same members of Parliament that protected Linturi, who was selling Kenyans fake fertilizers? Are these not the same members of Parliament who protected someone who was selling fake fertilizers to Kenya farmers who are supposed to produce products, who are supposed to produce food to feed Kenyans? Now, how sure are we, or what is going to make the difference, or what is it that now is different in them that is going to make them impeach Rigathi Gachagua, or which crime has Rigathi Gachagua committed that is going to make these people now have firm evidence of impeaching him?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Pursuant to the provisions of Article 152(6) of the Constitution and Standing Order 64(1)A and 66, I beg to give notice of the following special motion for removal of Honorable Franklin Mithika Linturi, EGH, Cabinet Secretary for Agriculture and Livestock Development on the following grounds. 1. Gross violation of provisions of the Constitution or any other law. 2. That there are serious reasons believing that the Cabinet Secretary has committed a crime under national law. 3. Gross misconduct. This is in relation to the approval of the procurement and distribution of fake fertilizer by the National Cereals and Produce Board and submitting false information to a committee of the National Assembly on the distribution of GPC diatomaceous, which was distributed as a soil conditioner and not as fertilizer.
Order. Order, honorable members. Order. Order, honorable members. Order. Order, honorable members. Order.
For the interest of farmers.
Order, honorable members. It is out of order to be on your feet when the Speaker is on his feet. The House is still in session. Those members who want to have conversations, there's a lobby out there, there's a coffee shop out there, and there are rooms for the Speaker which allow you to go and converse behind here. Let's give the House some reasonable silence to hear each other.
Honorable Speaker, do I start?
Yes, no. Continue.
This is in relation to the approval of the procurement and distribution of fake fertilizer by the National Cereals and Produce Board and submitting false information to a committee of the National Assembly on the distribution of GPC diatomaceous, which was distributed as a soil conditioner and not a fertilizer. I have particularized each of the grounds and attached evidence to substantiate each claim. Now, therefore, in accordance with Article 152(6) of the Constitution, this House resolves to recommend to the President to dismiss the Honorable Franklin Mithika Linturi from the position of Cabinet Secretary for gross violation of Article 10, 46, 75, and 201 of the Constitution, the Leadership and Integrity Act 2012, and the Public Ethics Act 203 and for gross misconduct. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to Standing Order 66.
If they could not impeach a CS, that one was very much open, that everybody saw that Linturi was supposed to be impeached even before he was fired by the president. But these members of parliament failed. In fact, they protected him. And everybody saw, all over the Kenya, everybody saw that this guy is being protected, yet people are suffering.
Away from that fake conversation, what is the opposite of fake?
Genuine.
So is the substandard fertilizer genuine?
The substandard, this thing can only be understood by scientists when it comes to issues to defining what is correct, what is not correct, because the one will not, or an imitation will not apply across board to really to be used as an example of the other. So you must really compare, and I wish we had experts here, because they are the ones that will also tell you, if you feed this fertilizer at 25% of nitrogen or phosphorus at 10, can the plant really grow to a certain level? They will tell you it is yes, but it will be deficient of that particular nutrient. So the issue would be then, because it is deficient, it's malnourished, then the next stage is how you can remedy the situation.
So is it genuine?
What?
The fertilizer you're talking about, is it genuine?
The fertilizer I am talking about lacks the necessary percentages of the compounds required by a plant,
and also
especially for the formation of the root,
and also
for the formation of the living of the plant, and the immunity of the plant.
Okay.
So it will have taken less than what it is required.
So you don't want to commit on whether it's fake?
I'm telling you, it is not possible, and please understand that these are just semantics. People have taken this matter and politicized it. But if we were to have people who have no interest completely and are interested to explaining the public to understand the difference. It's like.
Now, which crime did Rigathi Gachagua do that now is making Rigathi Gachagua to be impeached, and the motion is now is going to be taken to parliament by Didmus Baraza? By Didmus Baraza, and we know that Didmus Baraza is a criminal. By Didmus Baraza. So what is the difference? People like Kimani Chungwa, people like Oscar Sudi are just hiding behind Didmus Baraza. They're just pressurizing Didmus Baraza, and it's going to put Didmus Baraza in a very big problem, because he's the person that has got too much, is talking, is noisy. He's the one that is talking every now and then that Rigathi Gachagua must be impeached, all this. But there is hope for Rigathi Gachagua. After the youths have decided now to, there's this statement that, let me just read it. That Kenyan youth files a petition at Nyahururu High Court to stop Rigathi Gachagua's impeachment.
I have filed a petition against the impeachment in a discussion motion of the parliament against impeachment of the deputy president. We cannot allow the less fortunate, the people who are saying what we want to hear, the people who are working for us, to be impeached unconstitutionally. Impeaching a deputy president in Kenya now weakens the executive, and we will not allow the executive to be weakened. We saw what happened when the CSs were not at work. Now, going to again, we lack a deputy president who was legally appointed and elected by the Kenyans is very unconstitutional, is very unfair to him, and it is even not just to him. Therefore, today, as a Kenyan, I have filed a petition against this injustice which is about to happen in the parliament. My impeachment says that there is no any intention that or any motion which can be discussed, and I want to urge the Judicial Service Commission and the judiciary at large to please take this very serious and give me those court orders to make sure that there is no discussion of any impeachment model of the deputy president. Parliament wants to exercise its overpower. And the Constitution is very clear in Article 150 of the Constitution that says for you to impeach the Deputy President, it gives the 4 areas that you should check. Parliament should now change from being a political bombastics from being a political gimmicks, and they should be serious representing us. And we want to say, it is not our will as Kenyans, and it is not my will as a youth of this Republic of Kenya to see these things happening the way they are happening. We will be there and we will fight for justice of this nation to ensure the rule of law and the natural justice occupies everywhere.
Mrima power. Mrima power. Rigiji power. Rigiji wisdom. Sisi ni vijana wa Mrima na tumekuja hapa kwa ajili ya kiongozi wetu ambaye amekuwa betrayed. We are here as student leaders, we are here as youth leaders in response to the political disrespect to our Deputy President, His Excellency Rigathi Gachagua. Kwa majina yangu naitwa Mike Steve. Mimi ni student leader pale Technical University of Kenya na pia naongoza wanalika pale Mathioya Youth Forum, naongoza chama cha rika kinaitwa Mathioya Youth Forum. Fellow youth of Mount Kenya, the leaders of tomorrow and the patriots of this great nation, we stand here today not just as a generation but as a heartbeat of a region rich in heritage and history. Today we gather not only in solidarity but in purpose to declare that we will no longer sit idly by our country faces uncertain future. Mrima wisdom. Firstly, we call the promises made during the 2022 presidential campaign. The president assured us that if elected, he would safeguard the dignity of his deputy, ensuring that disrespect he endured will not be repeated. Unfortunately, we have witnessed a stark contradiction to this commitment in recent past. Senior government officials have publicly disrespected the Deputy President, His Excellency Rigathi Gachagua. Comrades, power!
We wish to address the rumors surrounding an impeachment.
So High Court have decided now to protect these guys, and if at all they succeed to protect these people, it's like they're also protecting Rigathi Gachagua, because this case was won. If these people were going to be summoned, Rigathi Gachagua was also supposed to be summoned. But now we are seeing that the High Court has decided to stop this. But there's a question that we all need to ask ourselves, and a member of parliament from John Mutheu is asking this question. The role of members of parliament is to serve the people and promote developments, not to engage in divisive politics. What wrong has Rigathi Gachagua committed? Why aren't these MPs specifying what mistakes he has made? It is the people who have the final say on this matter. Therefore, Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua should be given the space to do his job. So, in as much as maybe there are some members of parliament who are trying how they can impeach Rigathi Gachagua, there's also a group of people who knows that Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua should be protected. And I think he's just referred to the statement that was made by Rigathi Gachagua saying that he was elected with William Ruto. And therefore, he was elected with William Ruto by the people. And therefore, the only person that has got power to remove him out of office are the people, which is right. Now, I have this question to ask. Let's take it like this now. Let us assume that William Ruto decides on Tuesday, because I know that on Tuesday they're going to have a meeting. I don't know how they're going to have it, because on Monday, William Ruto is going to Congo Brazzaville. I don't know whether they'll come back immediately or what. But let's assume that William Ruto has a meeting. And then after that, in that meeting, he says that all these issues of impeaching Rigathi Gachagua is propaganda. And therefore, these issues should stop. How will the members of parliament that comes from Mount Kenya react? That is the question. What will be the reaction of these members of parliament that comes from Mount Kenya after William Ruto will have said that he does not know, is not even planning on how Rigathi Gachagua can be impeached? What will they say? What will they tell Kenya? You know, people are giving excuses that Rigathi Gachagua was not only elected by the people of the mountain, he was elected by the whole country. But the whole country is not saying anything concerning the impeachment of Rigathi Gachagua. This issue, in fact, this issue is coming from Mount Kenya. This issue of the impeachment of Rigathi Gachagua is coming from Kenya, and these youths are very happy because at least now Rigathi Gachagua can breathe. He has got some hopes that in as much as I remember him saying that he cannot bribe anybody. If members of parliament feels like he should go home, he needs to go home, then so be it. He will just go home, but he does not have money to bribe people so that he cannot be impeached. And that one, this one also brings me to this question, that these people that are normally being protected. Now, the case of the deputy governors and all these, people like Linturi, the case is taken to court that you're supposed to be impeached, and the evidence is clear that you're supposed to be impeached. Is it really true that these people normally pay money to be protected by the members of parliament, not to be impeached? Because according to Rigathi Gachagua stated very well that I don't have money to bribe people to protect me. If they decide that I'd go home, so be it. And in fact, he said that I don't have very many clothes here I can that can fit a pickup. I just get in, take my bag. The same statement that he used on Uhuru Kenyatta back then was when he was telling Uhuru Kenyatta that you only have 8 days. You only have 8 days to pack your belongings, bring a pickup, pack your belongings, and go home. Now it's the same thing that is happening with him. And let me say this, that sometimes we assume this issue of karma. But let me say that karma normally waits at the door. Karma does not know, by the way. Karma waits at the door. That moment when you feel like now everything is okay, that everything is moving fine, that is when karma strikes. And when it strikes, you cannot prevent it. So right now the karma is on Rigathi Gachagua's side. What he was doing to William Uhuru Kenyatta is being done to him, and the same thing that William Ruto did to Uhuru Kenyatta is being done to him by Rigathi Gachagua. So I think it is just like this. And somebody asked me this question today, that what is normally the problem with the deputy presidents of the Republic of Kenya? Because I've never seen any deputy president that finishes peacefully, without chaos, without causing commotion between him and his boss. But that one I'll talk about, that discussion I'll talk about it tomorrow because it is very wide. I don't want to mix it with this. I'll talk about that issue of the reasons why deputy presidents normally have problems with their bosses immediately they get into power. That is the deputy president and the president. There must be that commotion. We saw it with with Uhuru Kenyatta and William Ruto. We are seeing it right now. We've been seeing it. But now we talk about that tomorrow. I'll do a video of that tomorrow. I don't want to mix it with this. I don't want to mix things. But I just wanted us to focus in this issue. That what is normally wrong with this? What if now this petition, like the High Court have cancelled, have declined, or the DPP is doing what they can and they've approved, and they've said that all these cases, the case is okay and it can continue. But now what is funny is that these people are saying that Rigathi Gachagua and other people that his allies that he is being accused of sponsoring the Gen Z demonstration, the High Court is saying that they should not be arrested. Let me tell you one thing, that these guys are doing a very big mistake towards Rigathi Gachagua. Because if at all this thing fails, if at all the impeachment of Rigathi Gachagua fails, Rigathi Gachagua will be so much powerful that nobody will even say anything to him. That is the naked truth. If the impeachment motion is taken to Parliament and then it fails, and then the High Court declined it, saying that there is no clear evidence what Rigathi Gachagua has done that maybe is against the law or against constitution, then Rigathi Gachagua is going to come back a very, very, very strong man. And no one will ever stop Rigathi Gachagua. That is the truth. And you know, some people are not seeing it that way. That we are giving this person, it's like now we are making the name, we are making Rigathi Gachagua is making his brand. And the brand that is making is like people don't want him, the government doesn't want him. And it's the same brand that William Ruto made back then when he was claiming that Uhuru Kenyatta did not want him. And people loved William Ruto because people believed that Uhuru Kenyatta did not love him. And right now, that is the same atmosphere that William Ruto is trying to create, forgetting that is what he did to Uhuru Kenyatta. So that is the atmosphere that is trying to create for Rigathi Gachagua. And once this thing is created, and Rigathi Gachagua fails to be impeached by the court saying that there is no clear evidence, there is nothing that Rigathi Gachagua has done that is against the constitution or against that's against Kenyan constitution, then Rigathi Gachagua is going to come back a very, very strong and a powerful politician. Truth be told, he has started gaining momentum, and if these people, let them pray, people like Kimani Chungwa, let them pray that their issue succeeds. But if at all it fails, then Rigathi Gachagua is going to show these people dust. After all, guys, that is all for today. Let me also know what you think in the comment section. But just a reminder, if you are meeting for the first time, please don't forget to take a minute, go down there, click the subscribe button. You can also like, share, and drop me a comment in the comment section and tell me what you think and where you're watching these videos from. And thank you very much. We are at 17, and as I told you that if it's possible, let us try as much as we can so that we can hit 20 before the end of before the end of next month, or maybe the end before the end of next month, so that at least we can have another turnaround and see what next we can do to improve this channel every now and then, because that is our mission. Our mission is to tell you what is happening, where it's happening, who is doing them, how they're happening politically, and without wasting any time. Please don't forget to tell me where you're watching this video and what we need to do so that these videos can reach you at a very specific time that you intend to watch them. Until we meet again, I've been your host, Professor Wino. Bye-bye.